touching down at the presidential airbase and past the presidential planes that will soon be his again. It was back to the future for the comeback president. Surely for him, this moment is a neat two fingers for the many who said he never would, he never could. But he did, now with a victory that has secured him the House, the Senate, and the place he will soon move back to. In anticipation of this moment of transition, this moment in history, the cameras of the world were here.
Well, Mr. President.
And for all that anticipation, what would it be like?
Yes, HM community, welcome back to the show. As you already know, it's been a crazy week, since the Republicans, since Donald Trump's win. I mean, this win is just a win-win, pretty much, innit? But yeah, there's been today was the transition day, the transition of power, and obviously Donald Trump went to the White House in his private jet, Boeing. What is it? Boeing what? What's Donald Trump's Boeing? Is it 786 or Boeing? Mad, but anyway, man, crazy private jet. Man landed his private jet on the presidential airfield. You know where they park the Air Force One and all the presidential airline. So basically, Trump landed his plane in that airfield, and it had other planes on there. Guess what? Those planes now belong to Trump, including his Trump private jet. Guy is a warrior. Guy is a maniac. HM Mafia. But yeah, he went to the White House, discussed, shook hands. That was pretty much mature. I love that, Biden did great, amazing. He tried his best to, what I'm saying? Trump did the same thing also, mature, composed himself. He let Biden also know that, hey, you see all those madness that was going on when I'm cussing you and all that, it's part of politics, which Biden is also aware. And so, they just got along, Hey, it's MAGA. So, yeah, it's looking good. Guys, big up to Sky News on that footage there. Yeah. And also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this is bringing you the insight. You already know HM Haunted. We're here. You understand? Yeah. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Guys, without wasting much time, let's go and check out Mr. Trump and Mr. Biden getting along like fire and wood. Hashtag why for that. Hashtag HM. Hashtag. Let's take a look.
Touching down at the presidential airbase and past the presidential planes that will soon be his again. It was back to the future for the comeback president. Surely for him, this moment is a neat two fingers for the many who said he never would, he never could. But he did, now with a victory that has secured him the House, the Senate, and the place he will soon move back to. In anticipation of this moment of transition, this moment in history, the cameras of the world were here.
Well, Mr. President.
And for all that anticipation, what would it be like?
Donald, congratulations. And looking forward to having like we said, a smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need.
Well, in the end, it was, of course, cordial.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much. And politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate very much a transition that's so smooth. It'll be as smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that, Jim.
President Biden surely wanting to give Donald Trump what he never offered 4 years ago, a concession of defeat and a transition. And so two men who have such starkly different visions, two men who have exchanged such brutal words for each other over many years. A danger to democracy, Biden said of Trump so many times. Well, now it is the process of democracy that demanded this moment, a handshake and civility. It was the outgoing press secretary left to describe the details of the 2-hour meeting.
It was indeed very cordial, very gracious, and substantive. And I mentioned at the top, national security was discussed, domestic policy issues were discussed.
The 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Before the White House, President-elect Trump's first stop was Capitol Hill to congratulate Republican politicians who now hold the majority in both houses of Congress.
Well, thank you very much. This is a very nice gathering. Isn't it nice to win? It's nice to win.
And behind all this, his cabinet nominations keep coming.
I'm Pete Hegseth.
This is the man he wants to be his defense secretary. Fox News host, former National Guard Major Pete Hegseth. His name raised eyebrows, of course, but then that is precisely Trump's intention. And his views on the military, on China, a hint of the direction of travel may be.
We're always a decade behind in fighting the last war. Whereas China's building an army specifically dedicated to defeating the United States of America.
Images then for the ages, released by the White House. It is almost as if the last few years never happened. A reset or a pause for posterity before the new world begins. Mark Stone, Sky News at the White House.